and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is the Vikings Garage. Guys, this is one of those videos that I kind of have to let the image speak for themselves. Fred, the Carfinder, we're becoming really good friends. He is, to be honest with you, what I think is one of the cleanest collections of Japanese cars I have ever seen. When I say clean, this man takes that term to a whole nother level. You might see in that showroom a car they recognize from a previous episode. Yes, they belong to the same person. Guys, just take it all in. See, this is where she sits, and in the background there, needs no introduction. There's two very cool cousins of hers. But I will tell you all the cool details on this car. This is actually, in my opinion, the lowest mileage TL Type S in this configuration in the country. There's no doubt about it. But here's Fred. He's going to tell you a little more about it. Fred, why don't you tell us, where did you find this car? I mean, this thing is pretty cool as it is.
So basically, we bought this car from American Honda about 4 years ago.
Okay.
It came out of Torrance, California. I saw it online. I told my brother about it. I'm sorry, my son about it.
Okay.
And he said, "Dad, get that car. It's such a rare car." Why is it rare? It's a manual. It's a 6-speed. It's a Type S.
Right.
If you look inside the rotors, you will not see any rust on the rotors. They're all original silver behind the wheels.
Right.
So I went to an Acura Fest about a month ago,
Right.
and everyone was all over this car.
You caused a riot, yes. Yes, you did. Because, see, the one thing we're going to keep hush for now is the actual mileage on this car. I'm going to tease you guys a little bit and show it at some point in the video. But like I said, I mean, what do you think? Probably the lowest mileage? It has to be.
It is the lowest mileage,
Yeah.
period.
There's probably an exception to that rule, because there's the guys that are going to comment on the video and say, oh, this and that. Yes, so Honda probably has one in a museum,
Well,
or...
that's where this came out of. This came out of the Honda Archives in Torrance, California. It probably was in their museum or research and development,
Right.
and they decided to release it. When it went through the auction, I believe there were about 72 bidders on the car.
Wow.
There were bids, so there was a lot of movement and activity. There were museums that wanted it.
They wanted it, yes.
So it does make the car extremely rare.
Exactly, yeah. It's definitely worth your time, and trust me, guys, you will be blown away by how low the mileage is on this car. But I figure I'll show you guys where it sits and a little background story on it. Alright guys, so I'm going to give you guys a quick walk around on this vehicle. For those of you that by now do not know the TL from the Type S, this should very much clarify all the questions you might have. So let's start with the obvious here. So you have front only Brembo calipers. Yes, it says Acura on the face, but if you look in the back, it is a Brembo. These wheels are specific, 10-spoke. Wheels are specific to the TL Type S. Now, as far as obvious, we have the rear marker in a gray color that is specific to the Type S only. They will come obviously with your turn signals, dedicated fog lights, which was not a thing between 04 to 06, if I'm not mistaken. You have the chrome in the front, and the rear is not the same chrome as a regular TL. It is a little darker in color. Not really sure if that shows on camera, but I guarantee you will look at that next time you look at a regular TL. Again, back here, completely different bumper, of course, and that's because it has to house your quad tips. They are functional. These are not dummies. They're all functional. Tail lights, same story, different from your regular TL. And again, there's that chrome accent, which is a little darker than your regular TL. And that's about it. As far as exterior is concerned, these are the differences from a regular TL to a Type S. But it doesn't end there, because obviously Acura took their time with this one, in my opinion, and it's still one of the very greatest last true sports sedans that they made. Not gonna lie, I'm eager to actually look into the latest Type S. There's probably a reason why I haven't looked yet, because I might be tempted. But this is it, guys. And the icing on the cake is, so the best part of my opinion actually sits here, and it's that manual transmission on this car, 6-speed, which you do not get with the automatic. Automatic is a 5-speed with paddle shifters. Now, this is to me the interior to get. They also came in just a tan color interior. I really personally don't like it because I feel like it gets aged very fast. But this is it, the lowest mileage TL in the country. Now, for the hardcore fans, I just want to show you guys this little guy. I mean, it's very minimal, but oftentimes this guy is completely beat up. I mean, look at this shifter. You tell me, when was the last time you seen a shifter like this? And better yet, this steering wheel. I mean, if I could only just explain to you guys what I'm experiencing while I'm sitting here, I mean, it's mind-blowing, to be honest with you, because this car still smells very much like new. Yes, enough teasing you guys. There you have it. This is the mileage on the 2008 TL Type S paired up with a 6-speed manual. It's it's unreal. For a guy like me, it's unreal. But let me collect myself and try to give you guys some more differences that you should be expecting between the Type S and the TL, which are many. We could be here all day, but obviously you can have your Type S logo there on the steering wheel. Like I said, this is a manual, so you don't have paddle shifts. If you had a Type S with an automatic, you would have paddle shifts back here. A little hard to tell and show because it is daytime, but the lights that you will see, they illuminate all these little switches, and that includes the ones in the steering wheel. On a Type S, it is red versus blue for the regular TL. Now, once we're talking about interior, it is important to mention that all these little details, it's almost like a carbon fiber looking material that goes across the door trim. So this is specific to the Type S, and it continues, as you can see, to the dash. This is only found in the Type S. Same goes on this side, and it continues to the back doors. This is only found in the Type S. The headliner is black. Can't really remember if that was a Type S thing, but I have a slight feeling that it might be, including the pillars. What else can I tell you guys? That's it. I mean, honestly, this is the important bit right here, is this manual transmission. This is amazing. The slider here is still very much in one piece. These things tend to break apart very easily. Trying to be careful with it. And yeah, it's really not showing anywhere, even on the armrest here and the seat. I don't know if I showed you guys the seat, but these seats, the material tends to get beat up over time, and it's, I mean, it's pristine. There's no cracks. It's amazing to believe that this car even exists. Yes, look at that. Almost forgot to mention that Type S will be shown there on the headrests. And yeah, there you go. Sorry guys, slacking for sure. You got your racing pedals. Just show you guys what the back seat looks like. You know, your typical cup holder from this period. But it's actually, believe it or not, pretty spacious back here, as I will now demonstrate. Let me see if I can get a nice shot here. But 6 feet tall, guys, and as you can see, I have plenty of headroom. The seat is all the way to the back, and As you guys can see, I have room for my knees. One thing I've always enjoyed in these cars was the fact that you had these little vents back here. I know it's not a whole lot, but you guys also got to remember this is mid to late 2000s we're talking here. But I always thought it was pretty neat that you could have a little bit of a breeze back here while you're enjoying a cruise in your Type S. But let's face it, I'd much rather be sitting in the seat in front of me. Don't you guys agree? It is super spacious in the trunk. And a little quirky thing, most people don't know this, but the navigation disc was installed back here because the TL was one of the first cars in the US to have a 6 CD changer in the dash. So, a little quirky thing, I don't know if you guys can see the key always switchblade sticks out ever so slightly on the bottom there. Super common, super normal for these cars. Switchblade, of course. Now, let's show the party trick that it is a TL Type S. You have a 3.2 in your regular TL, and I don't have to tell you what it says right there, but yes, this engine is bigger, and therefore it does make more power. This one makes, if I'm not mistaken, 286 versus the 270 that the regular TL makes. Now, that might actually be a bit of a controversial topic because it is my understanding that they were spec'd out, regular models that is, as 270, and then when this one came out, for some reason they changed the specs to a lower number, 256 if I'm not mistaken, and there was no changes to the engine, so that's a little confusing there. But bigger engine, more power, manual transmission. Do I need to say more? This is the one to get, in my opinion. So what did you guys think? Do you have a lower mileage TL? If so, you gotta let us know, man. Also, guys, I'm gonna start a whole new series in which I'm gonna test drive some cars. I'm gonna give my opinion on some cars. There's a lot of people that wanna show off their cars on my channel, so you know what? I'm gonna do exactly that. But I can't do it without your support, so don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I hope you're out there enjoying your cars, and I will see you on the next one.